Before WhatsApp, before Gmail, before You've Got Mail, there was nothing. No digital messages, no inboxes, no notifications. Then, in 1971, something incredible happened. A young engineer sent a message between two computers. Not on the same machine, not using floppy disks, but across a network. It was short, it was simple, and it changed the world. This is the untold, fascinating story of how the very first email was sent. A breakthrough born in silence, but echoing through billions of messages today. Chapter 1. Welcome to the pre-internet era. Let's rewind to the early 1970s. There's no internet, no smartphones, no cloud. Computers are room-sized machines, operated by scientists, not everyday users. But something was stirring in America's research labs. A government project called ARPANET. Created by the U.S. Department of Defense, ARPANET was a bold experiment, connecting computers at universities and research institutions across the country to share data. Not browse the web, just talk. In ones and zeros. It was clunky, it was messy, it was brilliant. This was the foundation of the internet. But no one had figured out how to send messages, like letters, memos, or notes, between users on different computers. Until one man did. Chapter 2. Ray Tomlinson, the accidental inventor. Enter Ray Tomlinson, a 29-year-old computer engineer working at a Boston tech firm called BBN Technologies, one of ARPANET's main contractors. Ray wasn't trying to invent email. His job was to help machines talk to each other, to build reliable file transfers. But he had a side hobby, hacking around with communication tools. On one side, he had a local messaging program called SNDMSG. It let users on the same computer leave messages for each other, like a digital sticky note. On the other side, he had CPYNET, a program to transfer files between two different computers over ARPANET. Ray had a crazy idea. What if I could mash them together and send a message to a user on another computer? That's the moment it began. Chapter 3. How the first email was actually sent. Ray got to work. He took SNDMSG, which let you write a file to another person's mailbox, and rewired it. Instead of just writing a file locally, he made it use CPYNET in the background to transfer that file across the ARPANET. Now, SNDMSG wasn't just leaving messages, it was sending them. But here was the challenge. How would the system know which user on which machine the message was for? Ray needed a separator, a symbol, one that wasn't used in usernames or host names. And there it was, on his keyboard, a lonely little key. At. It meant at. It was perfect. Now he could address a message like Tomlinson at BBN TENEX. User, Tomlinson, at machine, BBN TENEX. Simple, elegant, historic. So he sat at his terminal and typed a test message. Something random, nonsense really. He later said it was probably QWERTY or a string of gibberish. He entered the command. The message left his machine, zipped across a primitive network cable, and arrived at a second computer right next to the first. It worked. He did it again and again. And suddenly, for the first time in history, a message had traveled from one person to another, across two machines, over a network. The first email was born. Chapter 4. The at that rewired the world. The symbol at might seem trivial now, but in that moment, it became the DNA of digital identity. It's how we still send emails. It's how we tag on social media. It's how we link people to platforms. Ray Tomlinson picked it casually because it made sense. But that keystroke changed history. And while no one remembers what the first message said, the how behind it became legendary. Chapter 5. A quiet revolution with a loud legacy. You might think this moment made headlines. It didn't. Ray didn't file a patent. He didn't call a press conference. He didn't even tell his boss right away. In his own words, it wasn't a big deal. I was just trying to solve a problem. But that tiny experiment spread like wildfire through ARPANET. Researchers began using it. Universities adopted it. By the late 70s, messaging became a vital part of digital life in research circles. Then came the internet boom of the 90s, and suddenly email was everywhere. From 0 to over 300 billion emails are sent today. All because one engineer mashed two programs, picked the @ sign, and sent a simple test message. Ray Tomlinson passed away in 2016, but his invention still hums in every inbox. Every igmail.com, every CC. And it all started with a message no one remembers, and a method no one had tried. So next time you hit send, pause for a moment. Behind that button is a quiet revolution from 1971, when a curious mind looked at a keyboard, combined two clunky programs, and connected the world, one message at a time. This is the story of how the first email was sent. And this is Techno Tales, where forgotten moments in tech history come alive. Like, share, and subscribe for more digital origin stories from the edges of time and technology. Until next time, keep exploring.